Okay, next round for the General 0 Hour 10-21 tournament is PyroMusical versus Patrik. Um, these guys have a very different, I guess, well, I wouldn't say different style or gameplay or whatever, but China and GLA demo. Finally, we're seeing some different factions up in here, and it's not all mirror matching nonsense. I'm really hoping to see some good long range tactics out of both these guys, and without a lot of civilian structures in between each other, this is going to be fairly interesting. Not too sure if these guys are going to go straight rush or what's going to happen, but we shall see. Okay, Patrik did not opt for a radar. You can tell. Oh, now he did, I think. All right, Pyro selling out his command center, protecting up his supply stash. Good plan. Making sure that there's not a quick technical rush that's going to knock it all out. Good move there. And Patrik, I believe, has opted for his radar. We won't be able to tell until maybe another second or two here. War Factory right away for Patrik. Now, I'm only seeing one supply stash taken by Patrik, but this is a second one for Pyro, so that's a pretty good call. I don't know. Me personally, I always say go for that good economy early if possible. Every second you have that extra money coming in is just going to put you in a much better spot. Now, Patrik looks like he's going the long haul to get his stuff set up. Okay. And Pyro's online with his arms dealer. Patrik looks like he's doing a bit more surveillance, just like we saw before with Kaled. Just trying to make sure stuff is looking around, looking good. Yep, and he's already getting some resistance from Pyro. Okay, Patrik has got his second supply center up. Looks like he's going for that oil. Good move there. Still not seeing the closer one be taken, but that's okay. Anxious to see what this flame tank is going to be all about. Good to see Patrik going for both of the oils. That'll easily make up the difference for what he was a little lacking before, getting that second supply stash up. Okay, usual technical rush right here. Probably filled with some missile infantry, ready to go. Hoping Pyro saw... Okay, so Pyro did catch that Dragon tank. The Dragon tank's having some problems, but that's not stopping Patrik from continuing on. If that Dragon tank gets very much closer, this is going to spell a lot of problems for Pyro. A little fire wave action. And here's a flame tank that's even closer. If Patrik plays this right, he should be able to barbecue most of Pyro's economy down here. And for some odd reason, the tank is pointed the wrong way. There you go. Yep, that'll do it. That's enough to kill all the workers. So enough of an economic dent that gives Patrik a bit more time to just, you know, ramp up, which is good to see. That was a good push there. Okay, and Patrik does have a third supply stash dropped. So that means, from an economic perspective, Patrik is looking pretty solid. Especially, yep, there we go. There's the start to cap. Now, just because he's got the money going on does not mean this is a done deal. Yep, it looks like if Pyro's got some rocket infantry in there... Yep, he totally does. Yep, that's a turn for turn. So that's going to take out a bunch of Patrik's economy. And a dozer to boot. So that's an extra $1,000 he doesn't have right now. Ooh. Listening outpost. I'm not too sure what that's going to do. Nothing. Okay, I saw something over here. Another flame tank. Still pushing on with that. Now, the problem with this matchup is even though Patrik has the better economy... Yeah, China has a worse job trying to decentralize like GLA can. So this is, again, a bigger problem where, yeah, unless Patrik can get some serious gunning in there or a few more dozers. How much money does he have? 2,000, okay. He's not sitting on a ton of cash right now. You get an airfield. Oh, okay, setting up a whole nother base. Good plan. MiGs are perfect in this situation. Considering they could take out a lot of these infantry without much occurring. But he's got to make sure he dials these in right. Yep, there you go. Take out 2 or 3 of them, slow that down. The napalm really doesn't do a good job, in all honesty. It's going to be really tricky against the Scorpion tanks. And there you go. Yep, Mig has no problem shaking that off. Now again, Patrick's sitting on some good coin, at least the income from all that oil. But he's really got to take care of stuff at home or this is going to be a problem. Okay, good approach there. Should be able to take that out with a good amount of micro. Okay. Battlemaster is a good choice. That'll take care of that. Now I want to see more of this. Patrik just charged right in, and almost all of them. He's got to be hurting. Yeah, he's hurting for sure. So Patrik is doing a good job keeping Pyro's economy in check while ensuring his own economy is looking pretty solid. So I'm pretty happy with how this is panning out so far. Patrik went heavy economy. Pyro tried to do a bit more hit run. And whether that's going to pay off, we're just going to have to hold our breaths and see. Having a full accompaniment of MiGs, though, he's missing one. So having some MiGs on the field is going to give him some good control, though. And, of course, that's also going to help him mop up the economy over here. There you go. Yep. He's got to take care of those missile troopers, though. Oof, that was close. Little bit of harassment out of Pyro. There's the MiGs again. Almost lost a MiG in there too. Okay, this is very chaotic, very clustery, which is forcing both these generals to be and think and feel in different spots. And that's where the MiGs shine, weaker armored units. Now, Black Napalm, few more MiGs, Patrik is going to be in a much better spot.
I will work. I will work.
Pyro's doing a pretty good job getting his tech ramped up. Couple of black markets, pretty good call at this stage of the game considering it doesn't seem like he's able to expand out much farther. Okay, take out those rocket infantry, that helps. It's also nice to see Patrik with a bit more tech himself, seeing those Overlord tanks. Yeah. Yeah. Patrik's done a good job decentralizing as China. And an ECM tank is going to be very helpful shutting down those individual units. I don't think Patrik notices. Sneaky Pyro. Oh, he could snipe out all those MiGs if he hurries. He kind of lost his element of surprise there. But he's got the extra maneuverability. He might still be able to do some damage. And Patrik shut him down pretty well there. Okay. Might be able to get that propaganda center. Just because it's a larger structure doesn't mean it's got more armor. And what a blow. Right with the prop center. Okay, that battle's mostly done. What else have we got? We got more quads coming in. Pyro, I don't think was the stealth general? I think he was just a regular... He was just a regular GLA, right? We would have noticed that his defenses would have that stealthy thing on it. if that was the case. I'm hoping Patrick's got some better firepower to handle this. Yeah, MiGs against quads, especially that many, just doesn't cut it unless you've got Black Napalm and you've also got, like, maybe even Nuke MiGs would have made that a lot easier. The only thing I'm really having a problem with right now is I see a whole lot of hardware right here, but this has got to get spread out around the base. Patrik is going to get just nickel and dimed. Yep. We're seeing this, man. You know, if you asked me, what, 3 minutes ago who was going to win, I would have said Patrik. Patrik's got the economy, he's got the spread out, but Pyro's really shining in the micro. Okay, this is going to be really hurting unless Patrik's got something up his sleeve here. See, a bit of an offensive this way, that's good, and he will be able to wipe a lot of Pyro's base. But the thing is now, Patrik is stabbing from the south, Pyro is stabbing from the west. I mean, these guys really have to take their own base's welfare into consideration right now, or this is going to be a really big problem for both of them if they've got to counter, or if they've got to attack again. Yep, Patrik is just going to keep moving in with the overlords. Yeah, everything those things are killing, those quads are just getting more and more veteraned. Veteranized? Whatever. So this is going to be, yep. Okay, so Patrik was waiting for way more stuff. And the problem is, he just lost, what, 3 MiGs and a Helix and didn't take out a single one. That's a problem for Patrik. Pyro moving in with the bomb truck. Significant damage, took out an overlord. Well played on him. Patrik's sitting on 13,000 right now. He's got to start cranking out some serious troops. He's got the cash. He's got to start cranking out some serious troops, or this is going to be a really big problem. Yeah, these two overlords are going to be able to do some massive freaking damage to the base. Yeah, well, I'd frowny face too. Those quads are just tanking right through that RPG damage, or tank hunter damage. And of course, aircraft is the most vulnerable when it's on the air pad. Quick clean kill right there. Yeah, the heavier Chinese armor just can't handle up against a palace. Okay, first match done. Now I'm hoping to see a really nice role reversal here. Like I was saying before, I really thought Patrik had it going out a little more economic-wise. I really thought that that was something that was going to really solidify him for the medium and the long-term game. I can't overstate enough how much those oil derricks are pretty nice. Like, they are very solid. So having that early and getting the finder's fee really helps out. But the thing is, that's a $1,000 investment for the capture ability, and then more investment for the troops. It makes it really, you know, dicey right up front because you're investing that money in, and someone that's going for a more rush feel can take advantage of that audio. Yeah, look at that. Almost double the money Patrik had. And that's what I was saying. Like, if you asked me 5 minutes into the match who has it, I thought Patrik had it no problem. But, yeah, Pyro microed very well, pulled it off. I don't even know what that is. Well, if they didn't tell armies, I don't really know what to do about that. Yep, so it was GLA and China Tank? Gosh, I got so involved into it, I forgot what faction was what. Yeah, I wasn't paying attention. Oh, GLA demo, right. There we go. Then Vanilla China. Okay. Now, if Patrik is still going to be in the economic grabby mode, which makes perfect sense, I'm really hoping because of GLA he'll be a bit more decentralized and be able to react a little bit quicker. The main victor of that from the military perspective was Pyro, not just saying because he won, but in my personal opinion, I think he did a lot better with the micromanagement. That's really the key. With those 4 quads, he did a ton of damage. And that's really what counts. You don't need a mega massive army to do some damage. So realistically, that's really what it comes to, is being able to work with what you've got. Pyro sold his command center, as is tradition. Another command center sold, as is tradition. I wonder what the heck that was all about. So we're seeing the traditional Helix rush out of Pyro. For Patrik, I'm not really too sure. We're seeing some demolition. Oh, we're probably going to most likely see a technical out of that. Quick and dirty rush there. Get some real work done. Both of these tactics are different from each other. So the thing is, like, the technical isn't going to be able to attack the Helix. The Helix will be able to completely murder that technical, but the technical's so fast it probably won't even take damage. This is going to be interesting how this all pans out. I know for definite, I'm not really seeing a lot of air defense. Like, I mean, this is going to hurt both of these guys. But I think if Pyro moves with that Helix quickly enough, he's going to be able to really deal some damage to Patrik that he won't be able to recover from. Now, if Patrik is quick enough... Nope, spoke too soon. I was going to say, if he could take out that airport, that would be perfect. If he's just got to get in there... Oh, dropped off a worker. Nice. Okay, airport down. Not too bad of a strike. Not too bad of a strike. Huh. This is interesting right here. Alright. Okay, Patrik was not able to expand. But that actually bought him a little bit of time. And hopefully he'll have a couple of quads coming around. Alright, so... Patrik looks like he's gonna try to get a counter on. And those infantry gotta start firing. They're just dancing around like dorks. Ugh, that didn't work at all. Now, it looks like what I'm seeing is Pyro is playing the exact same cards from an economic standpoint as Patrik did last game. Both going for the oil at the same time. Oof, gotta be careful with that. You're gonna need at least 3 to do some significant damage to that Helix. Yep, I think that will take it for Pyro. Unless Patrik can take this thing out. Yep. Now, what the problem is, I'm seeing a significant amount of economic growth out of Pyro, which is going to put Patrik in a bad spot. And also, I mean, unfortunate for Patrik. But that's where this really is coming to right now. Oh, he was building a demo trap there. Pyro's doing a good job with territory control. Absolutely. And unfortunate for Pyro, though. There. Wasn't paying attention. He lost his stuff. Now Patrik can come in and reclaim all this area. Just one unit made the difference. You don't need a mega army, like I was saying. You just really need good control with a few, and you can get a lot of work done all the same. Patrik building another war factory. He doesn't have the money to support it, unless that's a palace? Oh, that's an arms dealer. Pyro's sitting on a good amount of coin. Those oil derricks are really helping out nice, and we're going to see yet another Helix. And then here's another Helix to just clean up. So, realistically, Patrik needs to switch gears pretty hard to all quads. And then he might stand a pretty solid chance here. But right now, this is going to get dicey. Another Helix, as expected. Rebuilding the command center, also expected, so you can actually start enjoying the benefit of your command abilities. Yep, arms dealer, arms dealer. Now, you've heard me say a lot about economies and stuff, and how effective and how quickly some of these guys are building up. Yep, that's what I thought. You see how quickly people are building up, getting more and more and more money. Getting the money is good, but knowing how much you're expending, how much you need to produce to how much, you know, that's just as important as just making a lot of money. So, for example, if you're only making enough to support maybe a barracks, building 3 war factories won't help because they're not going to be doing anything. You want to make sure that your stuff is utilized 100%. That's what makes far more effective, money-effective sense. Oh, I wonder how this is going to pan out. Man, this map is just bad. But it was very symmetrical. It met my oh, go. Ah, you're dead. It kind of met my requisite of, hey, just let's play a symmetrical map, no big deal. Go from there. All right, quads. Not seeing a whole lot of quads. So still the 3 supply, so he's got good basis for economic growth, but yeah. And Pyro's countering with Gatlings. If it weren't for those oil derricks, Patrik would have been making more money. Considering Patrik has 3 of these supply docks. And realistically, I only see 2 here for Pyro. That worked out. Palace is coming up online for Patrik. And there's the prop center for Pyro. So now we've just unlocked the higher level tech units. It's really weird. He moved this thing over here to obviously kill that worker, but never brought it back. We just built another supply truck. Okay, we're gonna see heavy Air Force stuff, clearly. I'm really hoping that Patrick's got a few more quads up his sleeves, or this is gonna be a real big problem for him. Seeing a not too bad of a spread, but I'm only really counting 5 quads. Man. You thought China armor was only impressive on the ground? It's pretty darn impressive in the air, too. Alright, these 3 quads are just going to get absolutely overwhelmed. Oh, they were able to take out one of the helixes. Okay, there you go. That's what had to happen. A combined effort. That was dicey. That was really dicey. But that worked out well for Patrik. Unfortunately for Patrik, that's not all Pyro had. Whew, that was dicey. Woohoo, that was dicey. Dang. Alright, Jarman Kell's over here. He could easily snatch up China Tech right now. And he does. I'm expecting to see a power plant be built. A command center. That's interesting. He doesn't really have the money to build an entirely new tech tree. Yep, I would have definitely expected a power plant. And there's the power plant. But that's cool. He's hoping he could get the dozer back home. He couldn't. So now he has, now he has, if he can build that full China Tech. But it looks like Pyro's not going to let that slide. At least I'm guessing this is to destroy the new command center that he was building. And that'll do it. Yep, that does the damage. Yep, that carpet bomb is fierce, and it looks like an artillery barrage on the map as well. I'm guessing it's going to be probably right here at the power plant. And Pyro successfully removed all China Tech from the GLA base. That was a solid 1-2 punch from Pyro. Oh, Patrik, man, you gotta do something with those units. They're just gonna get completely kiboshed. There you go, employing some hit-and-run tactics. There, okay, now we've got a bit of a fight here. Pyro, I'm hoping to see... Okay, cool, he got his economy back online, going for the late-game tech right there. Or the late-game money, anyway. An ECM tank would be perfect. There you go, Pyro. Perfect. ECM tank to disable that one battle bus. That is going to help out immensely, considering ECM tanks have a pretty solid range. It's not like rocket buggy crazy or whatever, but it's decent. Pyro making some very short work of these stinger sites. And Patrik's unit just killing itself. Weird. Pyro not pulling any stops here. doing a... Oh, there we go. There's Jarman taking that out. And Pyro's gonna have to most likely wait until he can use that. There you go. Okay, that's more the Demolition General, the way we expect it to be. Dang, that carpet bomb is just devastating. These guys both have been playing a pretty solid hit-and-run game right now. Well, I mean, except for this charging in, you know. But I mean, Patrik has been playing GLA pretty effectively. Pyro is playing GLA pretty darn effectively, too. And Patrik gets 2 Overlord tanks. 4 of these quads are not going to blow up this Overlord. They'll do some damage to it, sure, but they're not going to get it close enough to make this count. And Patrik just turning around and then double back. Oh, I see. Pyro's looking for Jarman. That's what's going on. There we go. Patrik moving in. Hopefully it's a battle bus full of RPG troopers. He's going to be able to get some significant work done on Pyro. But regardless, even if Pyro loses a supply, we got to keep in mind that Pyro has had the oil derricks this entire time. Oh, actually, that was the last match. Oh, no, it was this match. Right. Yep. 2-1, no contest. Some serious damage to that Overlord, absolutely. Oh, it wasn't broke before, but it's broke now. Another carpet bomb, where do we see it? I'm not too sure what that plane dropped. If Patrik can get that thing in the... Nope. I was gonna say, everything would be solved if we can get that thing into the tunnel network. This match really could go either way. Prop center rebuilding. So Patrik was able to take out his propaganda center. Okay, another Jarman kill on the field. That's exactly what I expected. Kind of surprised Patrik didn't just go ahead and take that Overlord. Yep, good idea, Pyro. Working on that husk. And these look like just level 1s without any upgrades. Yep, except demolition. Jarman Kell definitely pulling his weight this entire match. Okay, all the oil derricks are gone. Everything is now tertiary long-term economy. Couple of, let's see, one, two, three, and a fourth one going up. 4 black markets for Patrik. That looks like that's full to me. So full internet center for Pyro, or at least darn near. Alright, this is another battle where good micromanagement is really going to decide how this one pans out. With Jarman and that battle bus, you could probably take out a couple of these things. You won't be able to get all of it, but you've got to use the slowness of the overlords to your advantage. You've definitely got to micro that in. But we're just going to have to see. Another carpet bomb. I'm sure. Yep. It actually completely destroys his arms dealer. Okay, rocket buggies are going to do some damage. Not much because the ECM tank. If you're not familiar, the ECM tank kinda is like an Avenger. And I say kinda because the purpose is the same. It's damage deflection is what it's supposed to be used for. What the ECM tank actually does, it actually deflects missiles. It doesn't destroy them. The Avenger literally shoots incoming missiles with a laser beam. Poof, the missile's gone. No contest. But for these ECM tanks, it just changes the trajectory slightly. So the missiles could even hit other units. But the thing is, you're nullifying a good chunk of damage. But there, see how it kind of ricocheted off and hit something else? That's more what it does. Man, this matchup has been ridiculous. Yeah, see? There you go. It forces the missile to change directions. Now, is it 100%? No, it isn't 100%. But it does give a nice kind of shield to your units. Okay, actually, Pyro paid for Frenzy and the emergency repair, which isn't something I've seen in a long time. Yeah, if he can get that ECM tank, yep, now the rest is just golden. Now he'll just long range all day long. There you go. So it looks like Patrik is going to have this Overlord and another Overlord, which is pretty awesome considering GLA doesn't have anything in the heavy tank department except the Marauder tank, but that requires a general promotion. I don't usually ever see Marauders on the field. Cash Bounty, Sneak Attack, Anthrax Bomb, those are things that are much more important than the Marauder tank. Okay, some speed to the advantage here. These things are still just level 1s, so we're not going to be seeing a ton of damage. Okay, now what's this one going to? Man, China's Carpet Bomb. How often do you get to use that? Okay, good damage all around on that one. 2 Overlords for Patrik. Let's see. The airport did not get destroyed, but he banged it up a bit. An artillery strike. Man. The other thing is, even though Patrik is getting his promotions, he can't use any of them because he's missing a command center. And the thing with command centers, yeah, right for the palace, I'm sure. Yep, and that's destroyed. The thing with the command center is you need it for any of your general powers to be used or to be active. So for example, the GLA ability called Cash Bounty, which you get a percentage for a percentage back for the value of the unit you killed. You can get the promotion, but you can't do anything with it until you rebuild your command center. Same thing with airstrikes, rebel ambushes, like all that stuff. You need your command center online in order for it to do anything. And it looks like Patrik is just going to squeezle his way right in here. Get some more serious damage in if he can. I don't get the workers. I don't understand the workers. Like, they're not going to last that long. Either way. I don't think I see another tunnel network. Okay, there's one right here. I was going to say, if Patrik lost all those units, that's devastating. And what's even more devastating right now is he has no tunnel networks here. So he can't even summon troops up here. He can only summon them down here. Okay, why he's concentrating on that and not on the helix, I'm not sure. Oh, okay. Patrik surrendered. Yeah, that one tunnel network there.
You have been defeated.
He had all his units, but if you lose your last tunnel network, it's gone. You lose everything that was in storage, so to speak. He had it. He had a tunnel network, and he had 2 overlords in it, but he just wasn't anywhere near where they would have been easily summoned or useful at all. That was a good match to both. Pyro is victorious. That was the second round. A clean match out of both these guys. I think that was pretty solid. To be absolutely honest, a little more microing out of Patrik, and I think Pyro would have been in a lot of trouble, especially in that first round. This one, there was a lot of close calls, and like I said, if you said, hey John, who's going to win this one? If you asked me 5 minutes in, or 8 minutes in, or 12 minutes in, like whatever, probably would have given you a different answer every single time. Easy, look at that. Stack for stack, cash for cash. Pyro really needed the oil derricks, or he wasn't going to keep up. So, anyway, that's this round done. And yeah, stay tuned for more.